maybe one of the most important segments that we have here on Winging It during our wedding week. It is what you need to talk about with your spouse before you say I do, and we're talking finances. We have our financial expert, Rosemary Stieb, with us. And Rosemary, first of all, let's talk about bringing up the subject and talking about financial compatibility. Hard thing to do.
Absolutely. It's usually that people find they're compatible because they like the right things. They like what their children and how they're going to raise their family and all of that. And money comes up last. But it really shouldn't, because understanding your financial compatibility can save you a lot of heartache down the road. The last thing you want to do is understand that you have one person who's like me and the checkbook has to be balanced to the penny. And the other spouse is someone who goes online and says, okay, there's money in the account. I can still spend some.
I got it all up here, the numbers right here in my head.
And neither one is good or bad, but the idea is you want to know ahead of time so that you can say who should really be taking care of things so that you don't get in trouble down the road.
So talk about it. Talk about what your expectations are and how it should work.
And what your goals are and how it should work. Exactly. Okay. Exactly.
We were talking about, in my case, because of my career, my name, I've been Victoria Hong, since I was born. I didn't want to change my name. It's difficult, I found out, too. You have to be all the way across everything. Talk about changing names.
Yeah, and this one, there's no right or wrong answer to it, but if you do decide to change your name, the things that you have to be careful of is changing with the Social Security Administration and changing with your driver's license. If you have those two pieces, you can pretty much go anywhere and figure out what you need, and they'll give it to you. But the key about the Social Security Administration is it's tied to your income taxes. And so if you file electronically and you're getting a refund and it's the first return that you're doing in that joint category, it could delay that because they have matched the Social Security number with the name, and there's a disconnect. Yeah,
then another fight arises.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Let's talk about debt management. You have to fess up right off.
Well, and I recommend this, and even for couples who've been married for a couple of years, get your credit report and share it with your spouse. When you get married, you still do have two separate credit reports. You just have a new section with joint accounts and things like that. And so what you want to know, again, just like the type of finances that you are, it's where is your credit score? And if you have prior debts that you're bringing into the marriage, do you want to have some sort of prenuptial agreement or something like that that says how are those going to be split coming into the relationship?
I think this is very important. Give advice on what you recommend people do to make it easy once you get married in terms of your accounts.
Yeah, merging accounts, this one I do have a strong opinion on in terms of accounts like your auto insurance, your cell phone bills, all of those accounts you really should merge together because you can save money. Bank accounts, though, I'm of the opinion that it's yours, mine, and ours.
I agree.
Because that way, a couple of reasons. You have a joint account where you pay all the joint expenses. You each have a pot where you can play with those funds. You can buy the gifts for your spouse without them knowing it. Or yourself. And then God forbid something happens to one of the spouses, and you then have your own account that you have access to, and you don't have to worry about the fact that you might not have access to depending upon the type of account it is. So.
Money and kids, that's what they say you fight most about. I'll attest to that until my husband saw it my way. He saw the light.
He saw the light. There you go, Victoria.
Rosemary Stieb, thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I enjoy it.
Give us great advice, financial advice.